Right, so here we go. I think the truth needs to be said about one or two things, and I think people need to know exactly what's going to happen. One of my YouTube channels where I put something on over 3 or 4 days ago has been taken down. It's been taken down. They've taken my channel down. The reasons being, YouTube have not told me the reasons being. I can only assume it's the video that I uploaded about 3 to 4 days ago. In February, I was speaking to a gentleman that knows absolutely everything. I've said it on here and I'll keep saying it. Everything that he has told me, looking at the bigger picture and what he knows with his connections and his job, what he does, has come true. Boris Johnson, I put it on my other channel, on my social media platforms, my Facebook and all my other TikTok and everything else I've got, with regards to him leaving. He left. I also put on there that Boris Johnson would be coming back. I got laughed at. The amount of people that said, you're talking bollocks, he's gone, he'll never come back. He'll be back. I guarantee you Boris will be back in power. And I've got proof of my statements on my Facebook accounts and my social media accounts of what I've said. I predicted food prices, tin prices would go up over 6 months ago. They're going to go up next month. There's going to be a 30% hike on many tin products. I've spoken to people in retail, farming and everything. I talk to people. I don't just listen to the news. Do not listen to the news and what they're telling you. We are being lied to. We are being lied to on a massive scale. They knew exactly what was going to happen towards the end of this year. They knew. They know everything that in months ahead of what's going to happen to us in this country. They're not daft. They're not stupid. We're the stupid ones that sit back and take it and roll day by day and expect just to carry on as normal. What's normal? What is normal anymore? What is normal? And yet again, this video will be taken down and they'll probably take this channel down. It needs to be said. People are now starting to stand up and speak about the unhappy situation that's going on in this country. Fuel prices are going to go up next month is going to kill you. Literally may kill you next month. Food prices are going to rocket. Meat prices are going to rocket. I've been online today to do an online shop. The limiting amount of tins you can buy. A lot of the stuff on my previous orders doesn't exist anymore. I've been into my local supermarket and they've changed all the shelvings around and everything. They've taken products off. Meat price. Turkeys at 20 something pound for a turkey. Frozen turkeys now. If you don't believe what's being said and you don't believe me, that's fine. If you followed me on my social media platforms, you know that what I'm saying has got some substance behind it. Everything I said in February and March of this year has come true. Including Boris. How can you make this up? How can I literally sit back and make all this up? There's countries now that's starting to refuse to trade with us because the value of the pound is not strong enough against the dollar or the euro. That's the situation we're in. We're going to end up being a third world country the way we're going. Believe this or believe this not. Yet again, I've been investigated twice for fiddling my energy. Me. They've been to my house twice, and that's on my children's lives. And I've got videos of them coming to my house and going up to my meters and taking photographs and making me move things about and checking them. And yet again today, I've woken up the 22nd of October to a letter. They're coming out to investigate my meters on the 7th of November. They're still not happy that I am not fiddling my energy because I'm not spending enough on energy. I don't sit here with lights on. I don't use my energy. I don't use my gas. They're coming out to investigate my meters yet again. They've now been in touch with my local council and got them involved. You cannot make this shit up. The have-nots are looked at as criminals, in my opinion. You haven't got the money to put on the meter. They think you're fiddling it. They want to come out. Twice they've been out. And again, they're coming out on the 7th of November. And I will video them coming out. There's a virus coming. This virus is stronger than COVID. Now everybody's heard of it, but you can make your own mind up what you believe about that. I'm not going to keep saying the word because they'll take it down. Some people say it didn't exist. Some people say it did exist. You make your own minds up what you believe in all the situation, what's been going on in this country for the last 2 years. You believe what you want to believe. My videos are now taking 24 hours to upload. I'll be very surprised if this goes up today, Saturday. The last videos that I've been putting up, they've been holding back for 24 hours, especially the ones that's longer than a certain length of time. They're watching what people say. They're taking videos and taking channels down. Whether you believe that was real or not, that's entirely up to you. Whether you believed it was created in a market, come from a bat, or from an alien, or whatever, or produced in a lab for chemical warfare against this world, you believe what you want to believe. There's a stronger virus coming. And it's gonna nail a lot of people in this world. This is information that's been going on for months that you have not been told, that we have not been told. Tests have been done on this virus. There's people now starting to put it all over YouTube. There's people trying to get it out there and letting people know. Tests on mice for COVID, 0% died. 0% of those infected with that died. 80% that's been infected with this new virus died. 80%. That's the facts. This is true what I'm telling you. This is all coming out now, today. The facts are, if they've done their numbers and they've worked their figures out, and they're correct, whether you believe what about the last pandemic, and this next one, whether you believe it or not, they estimate that 40, 50, 60, 70, as much as 80% of people that's infected with this new virus will die. That's what they're saying to us. Over the next few days, they're going to openly come out and say, look, this virus is out there. You know, you could be walking around with symptoms of this virus now and not realise that you've got it. Next month is going to be bad. 100%, whether you believe it or not, it's going to be bad. And I'm not scaremongering. And I'm not trying to radicalise anybody, what I've been accused of. You know, I got accused of the other week to keep my mouth shut. You're trying to convert people, radicalise people. How the fuck am I radicalising people when I'm speaking what I believe is coming and what is coming and what is happening? I predicted energy costs. I predicted fuel. I predicted all these. Everything I've said, I said in February, March of this year has come true. And the amount of people, and I've said it time and time again all over my social media, I put posts on my social media. Beginning of last week, on my social media platforms, I said she'd be gone by Friday. I knew Liz Truss would be gone by Friday, without a shadow of a doubt. And that's on my posts. And anybody that follows my social media will know I'm telling the truth. Thursday, she went. Prior to that, I put on my social media that she was just a fall guy. Right? And that's all she was. She was more concerned about the 2/3 of cheese that's imported to this country than everything else that's going on in the world. She's not a face at fit. I said that Boris would come back. Whether he gets in, we will see. I think he will. Why? Because he is the only man that can do anything now. Should we have a general election? No. I don't believe that. I don't believe it's the right time for a general election. There's not going to be a general election. The general election will be in April. You mark my words. They will go up for a general election in April. They'll get us through Christmas. Then in April, there'll be a general election. Then you can make your mind up whether you want to have Boris in or anybody else. That could be your choice in April. That's a given. That's what I predict. April general election. Before then, there's just no way it's going to happen. There's no way it can happen. The only person at this moment in time that can put this country back on its feet temporarily is Boris Johnson. And I'm not a conservative. I'm a realist. I believe in reality. That's all I believe in. Freedom and reality. That's it. Don't believe in politics. I don't like MPs. I don't like councillors. I think they're all stuck-up do-gooders that think they can fucking do something and all they're bothered about is that. They're just trying to line their pockets with all this money that they're making, expenses and all the rest of it. Let's have them take a pay cut. Let's have them cut their expenses down. Let's them only have one job instead of several jobs. We've got an MP who's running the county council as well. He'd be applying for fucking paper rounds next. Boris is the only person who can fix short-term this country. Believe this or not, whether you like it or not. His face fits. He gets on well with other country leaders. He's not afraid to speak his mind. He is the biggest clown that's probably out there. But he's the biggest clown that can fix this. Temporarily. I'm not saying he's going to wave his magic wand and we're all going to live happily ever after. I don't think he can. But I certainly think he'll get us through to next year. I certainly think he'll get us through to April. And then I think we'll have a general election. Let's get the other side of Christmas. Let's get the other side of New Year. And let's have a general election. And let the people decide who they want to stand for this country and run this country. But in the short term, a general election now is not going to work. There's too much upset. There's too much crap going off. It's ridiculous. We are at risk. The government know more about what's coming and what's happening than what we're being told. We are being told on a need-to-know basis. Watch yourselves. Supermarkets are now putting a limit on tinned food. You can't make this shit up. I've said it. I've said it. Stock your cupboards. If you don't look after yourself, nobody will look after you. I keep saying it. And the amount of people that's coming to me and saying, actually, you're right. We're doing that now. I'm telling you, it's coming. I can see another lockdown coming. There's a possibility of a lockdown coming. If it's true what's being said, if it's true what I've been told, if the facts and figures add up, I believe they do, potentially we could be looking at a pandemic again in this country that's going to be worse than the one we've had. A lot worse than the one we've had. God bless everybody. You believe me or you believe me not. I don't care. Go back on my social media, scroll back to February, March, April time, look at my predictions, what I said. Tell me I'm mad. I really don't mind. I do not mind. Pretty much everything I've said has happened. Fuel prices, food prices, you name it, next month will rocket. You think it's bad now? Next month's going to be absolutely shocking. And then we may have to fight this new pandemic that's coming. God bless.